Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Jar of Marble dwellers and Jar of Marble curious. My name is Linda and this is Jar of Marbles.
Hello, and I'm Bob.
It's good to see you, Bob.
Isn't it? I know.
It always is. Hello to everybody that's joining us. It's so lovely that you're here with us. Today we're talking a little bit about the burn of courage.
Oh.
So when we're considering change, zooming off into a brand new direction, be it at an experience, change that no one who knows you would ever believe, some kind of desired inner transformation,
Whatever it is,
we will often ask ourselves, do I have the courage?
the burn of courage. Why the burn?
Well, I did think of calling it the fire of, the flames of courage, but I decided on burn because those decisions we make in a new direction can feel like a burn right in our heart area, a pain that's not a cut exactly. I sort of felt like it was more like a burn.
So glad I asked.
Shut up, Bob. So from a spiritual perspective, courage isn't necessarily the absence of fear, but like a catalyst that explodes us into a new path, a journey towards reinvention, towards maybe being our best selves and maybe our real selves, and possibly for the first time.
Oh, that deserves an applause.
I think that sounds great. We'll take it. So I feel on a personal level,
Because you're really old?
well, maybe, that I have had a few rites of passage along the way, and as dramatic as it may sound, I feel like getting to know myself on a level or two.
You say you don't know yourself?
Well, yeah, I do, but I also know that I have changed and I am changing. I'm aware of it. We all know when we are amidst change, and usually it isn't the best feeling initially as we get into that actual stage of real change.
Even when you want the change?
Yeah, for sure. All bets are off that change will be smooth, especially when it has been long time a coming. I like to call it an awake journey. I'm aware that change is going on around me and within myself.
Again, I'm so glad I asked.
So that burning, that fearful inside out feeling that we can get as we knowingly walk towards change, as we knowingly know that we're on a new road. We don't know the landscape, it all feels foreign, but it has a familiarity to it as well, because our burning courage lights the road ahead. It might even feel like a calling to some. That sounds a bit fabulous to me.
Have you been called?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I'm more a feel it's time to shake things up and do something kind of woman. My Saturday...
No, it was my Saturday. All right, well, my Saturday was going pretty well until I realised it was Sunday.
That's the worst, isn't it? So there are many spiritual teachers that we can draw upon. Their wisdom, their humour, humbleness, their boldness.
Their oldness, because God fathers you really old.
Oh, thanks, Bob.
Yeah, it's all right.
I do enjoy others' perspectives on courage. I do enjoy perspectives that soar above our limitations that many of us think is real, but they're limitations. I believe that caring, loving ourselves enough gives us the courage to surrender to the flow of life. Remember this. The world around you is beautiful when the world within you is peaceful.
Oh, yep, there you go. Like that. Yep, it's a good one. Yep.
It is. So it's the burn of courage that gets us through uncertainty and pushes us along further towards more personal growth.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Personal growth.
Well, Jar of Marbles, that's what we're here for. All angles. We like to look at things, pull things apart, deconstruct and go, are we doing the best that we can do for ourselves?
Well, we have to grow for all time.
Well, on the planet, we kind of grow whether we like it or not, maybe at different rates, but liking it is very helpful. It is more joyous than not.
I have a leaning towards the not.
Well, courage in adversity is the virtue of facing and overcoming difficulties, even when they are scary
And painful.
Yeah. Courage in adversity also involves developing a mindset of hardiness, which is the ability to be optimistic and in control to some degree of one's life.
Yeah, I'll have a bag of that.
That's us all earning our damn stripes, Bob, while retaining our integrity and kindness. Some people can grow into quite mean people.
Maybe they were always mean.
Well, maybe they've just had a touch of it all their life and it was something you expect of certain personalities. The painful ones are the ones that think they are not only more clever than everyone else, that they are also out on the planet to correct you. Because
gosh, help you if you pronounce a word wrong.
But never fear, they are there to put you straight.
Those sorts are boring.
And yet, they think they're quite clever.
Yeah.
What's that, Bob?
Just yawning at the bores who bore me.
Good on you. So there are some who have a mean streak right through them, and it would kill them to be kind. Then you have to apply a bit of courage for yourself and distance yourself from those who just can't, won't help themselves, nor want to. Perhaps they have chosen to spend too much time sharpening their tongues and have forgotten the ways of the people.
Yeah, like that, the ways of the people.
Maybe don't tell people how to live their lives. Expect to only be interested in what they say, as they take every opportunity to belittle you, and make sure that you know how very lucky you are to have them speaking.
Nay, pontificating.
In your general direction.
God, fathers, I hope you got your pronunciation correct.
Who cares, Bob?
You don't, do you?
Not really, no. So the unhealed version of me used to tolerate a lot of disrespect. Looking back, oh my goodness. I didn't recognise the disrespect. And for two, I didn't want to lose people. As I began to work on myself, I realised that many of these people didn't deserve a place in my life, no matter who they were or how much I cared for them. If it's appropriate when looking back doesn't interest you anymore, you're doing the right thing. You're doing something right.
Oh, I like that. You're doing something right, yes.
I remember I made a deal.
With the devil?
No. I made a deal with myself to distance myself from all those who couldn't value me. It wasn't easy. It was hard at first, but I continue to this day to be true to myself as best as I can. The mirrors come up because this is what people are in our lives and situations. They're mirrors and they're opportunities for us to learn and have a look at what aspect of ourselves might need a little bit of look at. So any attempts of disrespect, they're just not really tolerated. It's not a blue, it's that they just never hear from me again.
Simples.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you call an airplane that doesn't fly? Stationary.
You like that?
Yeah.
So when we experience disappointment, loss or trauma, finding meaning in our pain helps us accept and integrate what we've gone through. Resilient individuals trust there's a gift, a lesson or an opportunity in every challenging situation.
Yep, it's worth an applause.
Yes, in every challenging situation. So it can even feel like an honour to do so if you can slide into that way of thinking. There's no doubt that we will have both good and bad days, and even in those not so great days, understand that this moment will pass and not to buy into the menacing bullshit of overreacting, especially if we've still got some miles to go and whatever we are going through. Hashtag the burn of courage.
Hey, what do you call a typo on a headstone? A grave mistake. Yeah.
I've been getting into the habit of imparting meaning onto unwanted experiences, asking myself, what lesson is in this? Or how can this help someone else? If you're having trouble identifying a gift, trust one will emerge in the future, or tell yourself that this unwanted experience is actually protecting you in some way. This I have found to be true many times in my life. I have out loud by myself to myself, I've asked, so what's the lesson in this? What am I possibly to learn from this? And in that time, I have no answers, just the raw knowledge of what I've been told and no way to see my way out. And I have also found that down the line, an epiphany of sorts arrives at the most peculiar time, and I understand that moment, comes back, and I find I recognise, I appreciate, and I understand on a deeper level. Jump into my time machine and go back 5 years or 40, who knows, and suddenly I'm there again, wondering what I am to learn from this, and with softer eyes am able to see what I could not possibly have understood through such young and inexperienced eyes.
All right.
We all process things differently, and some not much at all, and if they do, it may not show in their communication skills. And by the way, allow me to correct you in your pronunciation.
How very unhelpful.
Bloody boring. So if you're serious about changing your life, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse.
Oh! That's a bit of a bloody goodie, isn't it?
Yeah, and You have to know you're ready to. It can be difficult to reach out and ask for help. It can be so hard though, can't it? Or even have the space given to you so to be able to chat freely and receive support. And we might not always feel like we have someone that we can open up to, completely be ourselves with no judgment and know that you've got a loving ear. So not everyone can offer that, and you will soon work out who will. Support and connection are so important when you're having a bit of a tough time. Hashtag the burn of courage. Although you may get a lesson in pronouncing words correctly,
Very important. Not.
where you are able, share your struggle with people you trust. If there's no one in your life with whom you feel safe being unmasked, also maybe consider connecting with a therapist. Also, reminding yourself of the universal connectedness of all beings, that you're not alone. There are millions of others experiencing something similar at this time, and we're all in this together. I can only genuinely hope that this is helpful in some way.
I was thinking,
Yes, Bob,
you've got to have a decent relationship with yourself though too, don't you?
you do. So many of us are unaware that we compound our suffering and stall healing by beating ourselves up.
That used to be me.
I think a lot of us have done that, Bob. But when you realise, you know that that is not a place to stay for too long. Significant research shows that self-compassion fosters resilience. I think and know that self-compassion is lost on so many of us. Think about it. When we're supportive and encouraging to ourselves in response to disappointment and failure, we bounce back more easily.
Who knew?
Yeah. Alternatively, when we criticise and undermine ourselves, we struggle with forgiving ourselves and moving on when things don't go accordingly, to plan.
And boy, that happens.
Yep, it does. Screwing up and feeling crappy is a part of the process. Just like the social media platforms have algorithms and shows you more of what you're interested in, the entire universe also has an algorithm where it shows you more of what you are thinking, feeling, and focusing on.
Oh yeah, that's a beauty.
Sure is. Sure is. So surrendering to the anxiety-provoking reality that we have influence over very little in life can actually be incredibly relieving if we have some sense of spirituality, faith, or trust in the process. Hashtag the burn of courage.
Hey, what do you call a person missing 75% of their spine? A quarterback. Ha ha! A quarterback. Yeah. Yeah.
So the bloody experts see humour as essential to your toolbox. Your resilience and in turn aids you in making courageous moves for your own betterment.
Now there's a word, betterment.
Yes, I quite like it myself. Keeping your sense of humour going is a game changer. Getting too serious is honestly allowing another problem to grow. If you can't find any humour, you're losing mightily. Yes, there are things that require your attention and diligence and all those very serious words, but your heart and mind needs lightness. Let's not forget how important that is.
I don't have a train of thought. I have 7 trains on 4 tracks that narrowly avoid each other when the paths cross and all the conductors are screaming. Ha ha ha!
Wow, what an analogy.
I know.
You're brilliant.
Oh, I know.
So when I hear laughter, I smile. I am glad of it. I am glad that they are happy or finding a way through it all. Like you, we have no idea what they're going through. If I am in and around the hospital and I hear laughter, I'm always glad of it. We all need more of that.
Hey, lucky you've got me then.
I'm so lucky to have you, Bob.
That's right, yeah. And you.
Okay, thank you. I recall hearing this somewhere along my travels in regard to resetting one's headspace. Make a point to spend part of your commute, your commute or your shower acceptingly noticing your thoughts, feelings and bodily sensations come and go as though you're watching them on a movie screen. When your mind wanders to the future or the past, gently bring it back to your present awareness. That works as does mindfully taking in slower, deeper breaths. It's simple and it works.
I do that in the shower.
Good. I was stressing the other day while mindlessly scrolling through Instagram when I stumbled across a sobering 2002 Bali bombing tribute. And that just gave me a reality check. Just took me right back and just remembered, different people that I knew that was involved with that, how it had touched my family the way it did. So in a way, it was helping me find perspective and gratitude. And that just helps us get back on track after, say, being derailed. Now, we don't want to be dismissive of our struggles, but we do want to see them in a less immediate context. Our existence is fragile and precarious. In all of this, the burn of courage, choosing clearly a different mindset instead of the one that keeps you pinned down to the past and old thinking. It's more of the same. Cannot deal.
Won't deal.
Courage is not solely the domain of the brave. It is a quality that resides within all of us.
Within all of us.
That's right. How many times have you been called brave? A few times. And you may have thought, geez, I didn't feel like I was. And that is the thing about courage, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It is something in us waiting to be called upon in moments of need.
Hey, my buddy just got a job in marketing with Kellogg's. I guess you could say his job is raising brand awareness. Yeah.
Yeah. It is often in the most unassuming and ordinary people that true courage is found, rising to the surface when circumstances demand it. Courage is not about being fearless, but about confronting fear head on and choosing to act despite it. Consider the everyday acts of courage, the student who stands up to a bully.
Bullies.
Yeah. The employee who speaks out against injustice in the workplace.
Yeah.
Or the parent who fights tirelessly for their child's well-being.
Yeah.
These actions do not require the extraordinary bravery of heroes and legends, but rather a deep-seated resolve and a commitment to doing what is right. #the burn of courage.
My whole life consists of people asking me if I've seen this movie and me telling them no, I haven't seen that movie, and then telling me that I should see that movie, and then me telling them I'll add it to my list, but then there's no list and I won't watch that movie.
Thanks for that, Bob.
That's all right. Yeah, I like to share.
So the resilience to continue after setbacks and the willingness to be vulnerable and authentic in a world that often values conformity. In essence, courage is not reserved for the brave, but it is a universal trait that anyone can cultivate. It is about finding the inner strength to persevere, to challenge the status quo, and to stand up for one's beliefs, regardless of the external pressures or fears that may arise. Thus,
the burn of courage.
Yes, manifests in many forms.
What is the difference between an angry circus owner and a Roman barber? One is a raving showman and the other is shaving Roman. Yeah, kill myself, Mum, I'm a funny guy. Hey, before I die, I'm going to eat a whole bag of unpopped popcorn. Yeah, that should make the cremation a little bit more interesting.
Oh, Bob.
Yeah.
So it is the everyday stuff, isn't it? Last week after an x-ray, there was an elderly woman trying to get her warm jacket on. It was freezing outside and she just couldn't get her arm in one of the armholes. I politely asked her if I could help her as I guided her arm into her coat. It can feel like courage in that moment because I didn't want to offend her, but she was getting nowhere with her coat. Anywho, it is just as easy to miss those opportunities to help and at the same time being the person that simply has made someone's day maybe a little lighter.
Yeah.
You could be the person that gives someone faith back in humanity. It has come to my attention that there are so many wonderful people. I've always thought so and I still do. #burn of courage. Courage shows up in a myriad of ways, and that's why we often don't term it as such. I've heard people say they're not really brave, that wasn't a brave thing to do, and yet it was. Staying grounded and available to the joy in life requires a kind of courage.
Yeah, I never thought of it like that, yeah.
And it is often underestimated. In our world where distractions are a constant and challenges can feel overwhelming, maintaining a sense of presence and openness to joy takes deliberate effort and bravery.
Does anyone else wish the manufacturers could write shampoo and conditioner in a bigger font so we don't bloody read in the shower without our specs? Like, really?
Oh, Bob, yeah, I'm with you. I have to squint and carry on. #burn of courage. As said by author Neville Goddard, feeling is the secret. A change in feeling is a change of destiny. If you've read any of his books, which are the bomb, considering he was writing about this decades ago, way ahead of the game was Neville, briefly advises feel yourself as the person you want to be. If you want to be wealthy, imagine waking up in a beautiful home, feeling secure and abundant. Feel yourself enjoying financial freedom, making smart smart investments, surrounded by beautiful art and furnishings. Imagine sitting on your gorgeous lounge suite. What I love about Neville Goddard's books are they are easy to read and fabulously practical. If you want to be healthy, visualise yourself full of energy, enjoying vibrant health and participating in activities you love. Feel the vibrancy and vitality in your body. All his audiobooks are free on YouTube and I've listened to them all many times. Very uplifting and easy to apply to your life. Hashtag the burn of courage. The burn of courage. Look, we don't have to be smarter than the rest. We have to be more disciplined than the rest. I believe the desire we have in life for what we want is akin to a phone call from our future selves, reminding us that this reality is available to us to select. The key is, though, remember, the key is to feel that you already are what you want to be. And for the naysayers, it's only madness until it becomes magic. Feel the burn of courage. Anywho,
I've opened a gym where the instructors would go from door to door to tell people about the benefits of joining it. I've named it Jehovah's Fitness. Ha! Ha ha! Jehovah's Fitness, yeah!
it's quite good.
Yeah.
So, moreover, this life takes courage, doesn't it? Choosing to open ourselves to these experiences, despite the risks, is a courageous act.
Yeah, we are a courageous bunch.
Oh, we are. I would say, or like to say, please don't always be the person with the big heart who always gives more than they get. You deserve good things too. You deserve care, good treatment, consideration, manners, and support. Learn to know when to sit back and be treated well too, because you deserve it. This can be the hardest thing to learn for so many of us.
I'd like to thank you for being my unpaid therapist.
It goes both ways, Bob, and our listeners.
There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So our acts of service can be taken way too far, and if we be honest, we know we do. It comes back to self-worth, truly. You've got to get serious about changing your life. You'll find a way. If not,
you'll keep finding excuses.
Yeah, and taking no risks will be your biggest risk, just like risking heartbreak to love. Courage is the quiet strength that propels us forward in the face of fear and uncertainty. It's not the absence of fear, but the determination to act in spite of it.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Sometimes the first steps to forgiveness is realising that the other person is a twat waffle and isn't worth your time.
Okay. I hear you, Bob, but more importantly, you're setting yourself free.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're doing. Yeah, you are doing that. Yeah.
So courage manifests in many forms, whether it's standing up for what is right or facing personal challenges head on. Loving again. By embracing courage, we empower ourselves and others. And remember, every act of courage, no matter how small, contributes to a larger tapestry of human strength and perseverance. Let us all strive to live courageously, for in courage we find the true essence of our potential.
You know, roses are red, violets are blue, sunflowers are yellow. I didn't have a joke. These are just garden facts.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, it looks like it's the end of another episode.
Oh, no.
Yes, Bob, I'm afraid so. Did you know when you put your hand on your chest, it lights up the same part of your brain as when you get a hug? Busy putting my hand on my chest here. Leave it on there for a couple of minutes and you'll start feeling more relaxed and peaceful.
That really does feel good.
It does, Bob. Being brave doesn't always mean doing something extraordinary. Sometimes courage is simply getting up, facing the day and choosing kindness even when your life feels difficult.
And can I say, stay original. People will try copy you, but they can never replicate the soul of our original.
Oh, I like that.
That's right, yeah. Real bravery.
Yes, is found in the quiet moments. Speaking the truth, helping someone in need, or believing in yourself when things just don't go as planned.
Yeah, it is.
Having a sense of humour, especially about yourself, can be one of the greatest signs of confidence. Being able to laugh at your own mistakes reminds others that it's okay to be imperfect.
Yeah, it is, by crikey.
When you combine bravery, kindness, strength and humour, you become an example others can learn from. Your actions show that courage and compassion can exist together, and that facing life's challenges with a smile doesn't mean ignoring them. It means meeting them with hope. I knew you were going to do that.
Yep, that's right. Because it's fare thee well. I'm getting in as many as I can.
So sending blessings to you. Say g'day to the family for me. Give the African bush elephant a hug. And we'll see you next time, okay? Okay then. Bye.
Bye!